Yeah, it goes late nights on the road. Yeah, that's just how it goes. Yeah, that's just how it goes these days. I'ma try my best to make this flight, but if I don't wake up tomorrow, then the sun will still be. Yeah, it goes late nights.
Welcome everybody, it's the Ocean Flight 111 heading straight to full potential with zero delays. Bada boom, bada bing. And welcome to the third episode of One Step at a Time. Today we have a guest. Today our third guest is a photographer and videographer from Longford, Ireland. He has worked with many rappers such as High Res, KRS-One, Onyx, Harry Mack, and even Machine Gun Kelly. He's amassed over 30 million views across all platforms. And not just that, but he's also traveled to 12 countries in 1 year, traveling all around the world. He also puts on regular gigs in Longford as he does his best to give back, to push forward, to make a bigger and brighter local community in Longford. He also happens to be my good friend. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Nathan Sheridan to the podcast.
Hello everyone, how's it going? And thank you for having me, Martin.
No worries at all. How's your day going?
My day's been good, man. Just got a fresh haircut and I'm feeling great right now.
Yeah, man, fucking probably jump into it. So let's see where I want to take you. So obviously, for those who don't know, me and Nathan are very good friends. We met back in November 2018. I can't remember which one it was.
You always have a good memory. I would have forgot. I probably would have got the year, but not the month anyway. But
yeah, it's like October. We had a funny first time we met. We had like this awkward like handshake in one of the donut shops in Dublin. But so I've been very blessed to call Nathan my friend for the last 5 years or so.
Likewise, man.
Which is mad when you think about it. 5 years.
Yeah. Thinking back, like we've done a lot and we've been on a lot of journeys and had a lot of experiences together over them 5 years, and it's been beautiful, man.
Yeah, man. Such an incredible journey. So Nathan, I want to bring you through your journey. We're going to go through, well, we can't cover your whole entire life, but we'll go through some pivotal steps and pivotal points I think that are worth sharing.
I'm ready. I'm excited and nervous. I've never done this before, so I don't know what to expect. I've been asked over the past few years like to hop on a couple of podcasts, and I've always either be like, I don't know, it's not my thing, or like, but look, we'll roll with it and see what happens.
Hey, we love to hear it. You're a man that likes to jump in the deep end these days, so always. I appreciate it. Beautiful. So Nathan, for those who don't know, you have a gaming background, and your gaming background kind of almost tipped the first domino into what you're doing now. You're working with like people like High Res, Harry Mack, all these incredible people, and even Machine Gun Kelly. And for those who don't know, a lot of that kind of curiosity into like rap and hip hop and videography, I would say stems from your gaming background. So I know when you were younger, you were massive into gaming. If you were to kind of bring back into like that 2012 era Nathan Sheridan, what's that look like? What's your day to day in terms of gaming? And are you gaming COD? Are you part of communities? I know you were part of one or two. What's that like? So bring you back into that era.
Right. So I started my first YouTube in 2008. I went by the name Nathan Boy, which was my original name. And basically, Call of Duty was always a passion of mine. I love for mine. And fast forward, I'm gonna go forward a couple of years because I was kind of like a noob at my Call of Duty days back then. So like 2011, I started getting into like the trick shot and the sniping scene from like making montages and episodes on YouTube, and it was a great community because there was all these people and there was like organizations, you would call them now, but back in the day we called them clans. So there was clans, and it was like a lot of you are probably familiar with FaZe Clan, probably Optic Nation, there's Sora Gaming, there's a lot of big organizations out there. And basically I was always striving like to try and get into one of these teams, and I was trying to like, I remember I bought my first camera. I wasn't into cameras at this stage, but what I had was a dealz DVC 100, which basically you hook up to your Xbox and your monitor, and it would record it in like I think 720p at the time, which was like it was decent for back then. Like there was
not too bad.
Yeah, there was no 4K back then from what I can remember, but it was 1080p. But 720, I was happy with that. So that was my starting point, filming episodes and trick shots. And then 2012, I started my first organization called Orbit Clan. Some of you may be familiar with that.
Shout out Orbit.
Yeah, that Orbit lasted from 2012 till about 2020, so we had a good run at it. Over the years, we had a lot of people kind of like running it for me. I got to a point where I got too busy, so I had a couple of guys from the US running it for me, and they kept it going, and that was an amazing journey. I got to meet a lot of cool people that was in and out of the team. Some people I even met in real life, and it was nice to get to know them in person, and I built some great friendships with them over the years.
Incredible. So straight off the bat, like, you were making content. So like you were saying you created your YouTube back in 2008. So I remember you saying before, you were so early on YouTube. So what kind of even triggered the idea, I should make a YouTube? What was like, because obviously you just didn't have any worries, or I was like, you didn't care what people would say. You just had the idea, wait, I might do that. Was it like just an instant decision, or were you just inspired by the people around you? Like, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna set up a YouTube.
Yeah, there was no one really around me in real life. It was fairly fresh. No one done YouTube. Yeah. No one like got in front of cameras like around. Not even in Ireland, I don't think, back then, for like that kind of scene. I think because YouTube launched like 2005, 2006 maybe.
2005.
So 2008 was still fairly new in the scene, and basically I remember I got my first computer. It was actually gifted. I think it was gifted to me by my stepdad's brother, and we had it in the room. It was an old Dell PC. It was very slow. I remember setting up my Bebo page at the time, and I was on Bebo, and like, wow. I don't think Facebook had even launched at the time. But anyway, found out about YouTube, got on YouTube, started watching anything from gaming videos to like all those kind of meme troll cat videos, like funny cat videos at the time. They were kind of big, still are big, but and then I got the idea of like, maybe I want to start making content because I see what all these people are doing. They're having fun, they're enjoying it, and I was like, maybe I could do the same, and that's where things kind of started.
I love that. So many people unfortunately shut down the idea of, maybe I could do the same, and for you to have that realization so young, as it planted that seed, it's such a powerful thing to even have the idea and entertain that in your mind. They're like, wait, I could do this. This is unlike, I could have fun doing this. So I think you deserve a massive fucking pat on the back for having that, like, even at such a young age, because so many people find it difficult to entertain that and shut down that. No, I can't do that. Like, it's not for me. They can do it, but I can't. So I think you deserve major props for that.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
So you're welcome, man. You're welcome. So you're doing a lot of gaming, and did you start kind of like slipping into hip hop and discovering rappers like High Rise, Harry Mack, Mr. Mac Miller, R.I.P., Mike, all that, like different generation of rappers, but was it discovered from, what was that like?
Yeah, so obviously these guys were all underrated back in like 2011, 2012. They were kind of just coming on, and obviously I was in the trick shot scene, and we used to use like Mac's music, High Res's music. Who else was there? There was like, let me think, G-Eazy, of course. There was like Huey Mack. There was loads of old school guys. We used to use their music in our montages, and we kind of all built this like community between the hip hop side and the gaming side, which was pretty special. And I think since then that's what kind of like brought me into the hip hop world and kind of gave me an interest in it. But it was exciting because I remember even at the time in 2011, I actually reached out to Macklemore at the time and got chatting to him for a little bit.
Oh wow!
I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't know that.
2011.
Wow,
it was on Twitter.
Wow.
And Macklemore was kind of just popping off. But I think Can Told Us dropped us at the time, and we used it in like one of I think it was Orbit. We used it in one of our trick shotting episodes, and Macklemore saw the video, and I was like, okay, maybe I should reach out, and this is an epic moment. And we were just chatting back and forth on Twitter for a couple of days, and he kind of made it big then.
Yeah, it's mad. I never knew that. Damn, I never knew that at all. That's incredible. I think you deserve 2 props, because even that was such a chapter in both gaming and hip hop where there was that crossover. Because I know when copyright came in to YouTube, it kind of put like a border between music and gaming. There wasn't that like a correlation anymore because of like copyright and streaming came in and everything. So that was its own little chapter where rappers were blowing up. Different rappers were blowing up. So many rappers were blowing up off YouTube edits, off FIFA edits, COD edits. So it was like a special chapter in hip hop. So you've developed, I think one of the key points there is you were a part of communities, and the steps you were taking were to be a part of communities. So were you aware that or did it just come natural? Because with your videography and with your networking, one of your strongest points is getting involved in communities. Just how you've done with the high res, you're like a solid point of that community. So bringing it back to COD, were you aware of like, oh, this is something really cool? I actually have like friends who are interested in the same thing I'm interested in.
Yeah, I think obviously when I was joining all these clans back then, I was meeting a lot of cool people which had similar interests. And then as time went on, like I said, when I started Orbit, it was nice to feel like me owning and leading an organization for the first time, and building this team or like roster of like trick shotters, snipers, editors, graphics designers, like 3D modelers, and we built this
like-minded people.
Yeah, exactly. We built this team, and then I started, as these guys were coming in, I started getting an interest for editing a bit then, because I was seeing these editors doing all these crazy edits on like Call of Duty episodes. I said, damn, I want to get into this a little bit. So I remember downloading Sony Vegas. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It was before, I think Premiere Pro wasn't even a thing then, and then I downloaded that. That was the first ever editing program I got onto, and I started editing like all my Call of Duty videos and that, and that's where the interest kind of like started like popping off.
Sick. So the seeds are planted for editing, for content creation, for being part of communities. I'm going to say, at the time, would you say that the communities you were in and the people you would be like back and forth with on YouTube would make you feel more yourself than maybe being in Longford? Because I'm sure you had friends in Longford, but do you think that like from early on you were kind of able to like, oh, I feel really good amongst these people because it's like-minded people? Not there's anything wrong for the people from like maybe Longford, it's just they have the direction. Would you say like that you felt kind of a bit more at home maybe?
Yeah, it's a funny one, because back when let's go about 2010 2011, I think I was in fifth year at the time in school in Ballymahan, Longford, and I remember obviously because I gamed a lot, people looked at it weirdly, or like I made videos, people looked at it weirdly too, you know. And even let's say like American slang, I would know like American words like oh that's dope, and they'd be like, what's that? Like stuff like that, you know. Or like I used to wear snapbacks, like what's that you're wearing? You know, it was just, this stuff hadn't come into Ireland yet. Not Longford anyway, but it was just a mad old experience. And I think as time went on, I started not giving a fuck really, and basically I was like, I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna hop in front of a camera. I'm gonna put these videos on Facebook. I'm gonna put them on YouTube, and like whatever response I get, and that's where I got my confidence from, I think.
See, and that's something I wanted to bring. It kind of lined it up perfectly. So you're going through school, you have an interest. You're kind of like almost, you don't know you're going to become a videographer, but you're starting to have a sense of like, I love this, and I find a connection with content creation and all that cool stuff with YouTube. You go through your school experience. I'm sure there was many ups and downs. We'll kind of go past that a little bit. I want to bring you then to, you leave school. You did a course. What was the course as soon as you left school?
So I done a level 5 in IT and computer game design in Longford.
So I want to bring you into that little chapter there. You're going into that college. Did you find that beneficial, or was it a waste of time, or were you kind of in like a crossroads?
At the beginning, I was so scared. I had such bad anxiety when I was young. I was afraid to do anything. You know, anytime I had like job interviews, or like even like going into like a shop and like talking to a cashier, and like I'd be scared, like, oh, they're gonna talk to me and stuff like that, you know. But anyway, started the level 5, and I knew a couple of people going into it, like my cousin Jason, my friend Pedro, a couple of other people that were going in the course with me. And so it was scary, but at least I had these guys to talk to, you know. And then time went on. I started connecting with some people in this course, and I think that helped me bring out my communication skills a lot more. And by the end of the year, I could feel that like I could actually talk to people better, which was a very, very nice feeling.
Dope. You touched on something there too, which is I think a great point, that you used to, I'm a great believer, Nathan, and I know you know this, in doing hard things brings confidence. Like you don't gain self-assurance or clarity or confidence or any kind of strength without doing them difficult things. So looking back, could you see that doing that course, even though it was scary, like built your confidence, and you could have easily shied away and like, no, I'm scared, I don't want to do it, but putting yourself in the deep end give you like a new level of confidence where you were able to chat to people?
Yeah, I think definitely doing that course was a blessing for me. Even when so we had to do like I think like 3-4 months work experience too, I remember, and I started working for this IT company in Longford, and I remember being very scared with that too, you know, because I wasn't sure what to expect. And then I got chatting to the owner a lot. He did make me feel very comfortable, which is very nice of him, and that helped me kind of like build more confidence as well as all the tutors in the college as well were amazing, you know, and it kind of helped me push forward a bit out of my comfort zone. And yeah, as I said, as time went on, I built all that up.
What's it like to compare yourself? Do you think if you were to tell your younger self that you would be this confident person that travels the world and isn't afraid to speak to anyone? Because sometimes it's hard for when you're like, if I was to bring you back before you entered that course, it would have probably been so difficult to envision yourself as this confident, outgoing person that can speak to anyone, which you can now. So do you think you would have been able to do that, or do you like taking that leap of faith, you just had to go for it and you kind of like just got the confidence on the way? Because it would have been quite a difficult thing to envision yourself maybe at that time being the person you are now.
Yeah, I had no idea what the future or like what was ahead for me, you know. I didn't know what was going to happen. But thinking back to it now, definitely doing all this stuff, like, don't get me wrong, there's still stuff nowadays that scare me. There is, like, there's still like every day, like stuff still scare me, but I think there's always still like room to learn stuff. There's always ways you can overcome stuff as well. But throughout the years, and I think like meeting all these people along the way on my journeys, and just going for it is really pushes me past my comfort zone and makes me want to do this stuff. Like, I think don't get me wrong, it's hard not to overthink, but sometimes now I just like say fuck it, I'm just gonna do it, see what happens. Like, we don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, what's gonna happen the next week, and nowadays I'm just like, yeah, okay, let's just do this and see what happens.
You said it perfectly too. Just go for it. Let's just go for it. Like, and again, just to hone in on, like, I actually might call this episode Taking Leaps of Faith, because sometimes when you see an opportunity, it doesn't make any sense to go for it. Like, everything is telling you not to go for it. But there's that one little voice going, say, oh, wait, I think I should do this. I was like, actually, I know I should do this. Mm-hmm. And that's the kind of one, that gut feeling, it's down there that you have to go with and like turn off all of them other emotions.
I agree.
So you do your course. Then from the course, is it you start working in the factory, then dealz, or what's the trajectory there after the course?
Yeah, so I finished the course. I didn't know what I was going to do with my life after that. Next thing you know, my next door neighbor, which is also a family member, she told me that they were looking for some workers in the factory, which is like a 5-minute drive from me. I was like, all right, okay, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna see how it is, and yeah, see what happens pretty much. So I applied for it, got the interview, shitting it for the interview. Like, I knew I was gonna be shitting it anyway. But anyway, got the job, and hated the job for a year and a half. Absolutely hated every bit of it. Like, there were 12-hour shifts, like on and off, like days and nights, and it was a difficult time, but also I'm glad I still done it at the time for my communication skills, and also saving up a fuck ton of money to buy my first camera, which was which was a nice feeling. And then about a year and a half there, and then about 3 months later I was like, okay, I'm enjoying what I'm doing now, but I also kind of need to get something part-time just to make a bit of income for the moment. So anyway, so
was it you quit the factory?
Quit the factory.
You had some money saved, you got your camera, and then you were doing a little bit of work with it, and then dealz, or
yeah, I hadn't started my filming career yet, so I got a job in dealz. It was part-time. I said, okay, this is perfect. It gives me time to not be working full-time, but also give me time to try and be a little bit creative and see where it takes me. So anyway, I lasted in dealz about 9 months. It's still an amazing experience. The people in there were lovely. It was nice. Learned a lot. I learned to like be in an environment where I'm out there in the real world talking to customers. Only thing, I hated the tills. I fucking hated them tills because I'm so bad with maths. So anytime they asked me to go in dealz, I'm like, I was begging them not to put me in them. I was like, just keep me around the store and I'll do my thing. But yeah, there was a few times when I was super depressed in that place, but I got through it anyway. And there was a point then, yeah, about 9 months in that job. I remember my good friend Lauren, shout out Lauren, he's living out in Barcelona now. He reached out to me about
Mats, I didn't know you knew Lauren back then.
Yeah. So this is, what year is this?
You've known Lauren for time.
Yeah, dealz was
I'm saying 2016 time. I don't know if that's
2016, 2017, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but anyway, Lauren reached out to me, and I think I just connected with him on Instagram. I liked his photos, and I followed him one time, and we were kind of like liking each other's posts back and forth, but we hadn't really connected. But I reached out to him one time, seeing that he was looking for someone to shoot some club nights in the Academy in Dublin, and I was like, "Oh right, okay, I might give this a go and see what happens." Anyway, Lauren brought me on board, went up to Dublin for a night, shot the nightclub, which was it was good and bad. Don't get me wrong. Lauren gave me a great opportunity. I had a lot of fun shooting it, but I don't think the nightclub thing was my scene. It was very messy, a lot of drunk people, and but look, it was an experience. I learned a lot from it. I decided not to go ahead with that with Lauren. So at this point, I was like, right, I'm gonna leave dealz, and I'm gonna try and just reach out to loads of people and businesses myself.
Can I hone in on
go for it,
something there?
Go for it.
So there's so many things I want to hone in on.
Yes, sir.
There's a reoccurring pattern when you're speaking of you've been able to spot like your lessons in each chapter of your life, even when you weren't in like your dream opportunity and dream place. So example with the factory, you're completely honest, you're like, it was shit, like I hated it. It was 12 hours up and down the factory, but you improved your communication skills, and also you saved up that money for the camera, which, man, your communication skills, like I always compliment you on it, but one of the reasons you're so easy to work with and so many people is, one, because of your skill set, obviously with video, but number two, it's your communication skills and how well you are able to communicate with clarity with multiple walks of life, be it like drill rappers, or be it a corporate job, or be it a model. You're very easy to work with, and there's a lot of clarity and just on point, which the way you speak, which I would say is like something you should give yourself a lot of credit for.
Thank you, man. That means a lot. That hearing stuff like that pushes me more.
Yeah, definitely. And what's key is that often someone will be in a situation like that with, let's say they're working in a factory right now, and like they just don't know what to do. You were able to give yourself a goal. I don't know how far into working in the factory, but the fact you give yourself a goal of like, right, I want to do something to do with content. I need the equipment, right? Let me set the goal of, I'm sure you, every day in there when it was really tough, you probably reminded yourself of like, wait, no, I'm saving. I'm not that far away from that camera. Being in a situation you don't like and having the clarity just to like, oh, I'm gonna save up for something I need. I think is like something that a lot more people should think about.
If you want to try and make something of yourself in life, I think you got to prioritize what you feel like is important in life. For me, it was the camera, you know.
Facts. Yeah, man, I love that. That's a fucking gem. For me, with the camera, I love that. So, also shout out to Lauren. For those who don't know, Lauren's an incredible, multifaceted dude. He lives in Barcelona now. He's a videographer. He's a shared businessman. Overall, good dude, really good dude. So shout out Lauren. So yeah, I want to just hone in too on the dealz. So you're in dealz before you left dealz. So dealz was kind of like almost like your bread and butter, because it was part-time. You kind of had that money coming in, so there wasn't as much maybe pressure on your shoulders with the video work. So I remember I made a funny post about Nathan's thoughts before of what he was thinking maybe when he was working in dealz before he left.
Very good one.
So you have that you're starting to do some video work in dealz while you're working in dealz, and then you're thinking of quitting dealz, which again was a risk because you're putting yourself into full I'm hoping this video work is gonna like pay my bills and like give me a living. So before, were you like full set on quitting, Or was that like, did it take you time to kind of think about, okay, I'm really going to do this? What was that like little time period before you stopped dealz? Just like right before you maybe?
Yeah, that's a great question. I was full set on quitting, but I was also scared because I wasn't sure what to expect. So at that point, I started reaching out to like loads of places like around Longford, Dublin. I think it was mainly tattoo shops, barbers, and restaurants I was hitting up. I remember sending out, I was like copy and pasting a drafted message to each company or business on Instagram. The exact same thing, obviously just replacing the name of them, just hoping something would come out of it. And then I remember that the first client I landed was a tattoo shop in Longford. It was Platinum Ink. Becca Mills was the owner, and I remember I'm pretty sure the message was either like, oh, I'll do this for free, and then if you like the work, like later on we can work on something else. But anyway, I pull up to the shop that day, I shoot the promo video, and after that she she hands me an envelope with like a decent amount of money, and I was like, holy fuck. I was like, what just happened? I remember walking out of the shop with the biggest smile on my face, man. I was looking in the envelope, just looking like, is this real? Like, why is there so much money in here? Like, and then I think I actually called my mother at the time. It's like, Mom, I just made a lot of money off this job. And I was like, holy fuck, this could be the start of something. Now that I have the confidence that I can make money from it, and I also have one good piece of content there that I filmed today, and I'm going to put together into a promo video to showcase to other people. And then obviously she knows a lot of people around town. She started recommending me to other people around town, which brought me into my good friend and my barber, Alan Donnelly. Shout out Alan. He brought me in to shoot a video for his shop, and from there on we've been working together for a few years. Shot a lot of promo videos for him, and then I was like, okay, the work is coming in now. The work is coming in. This is real. This is exciting. And I felt super blessed and amazed that I could I saved up this money to buy the camera, and now I'm making this money back as well.
Confidence. A lot of things you mentioned there to hone in on, Nathan. One, you were reaching out. You weren't scared because you developed that confidence from different jobs. Again, let's switch the angle. You could have been negative about, I worked in a factory, fuck this, now I'm working in dealz, fuck this, da da da. You could have been negative about you weren't learning anything from them jobs, but instead you realized that you were gaining confidence. Be it you were still not in the situation you wanted, you were gaining your communication skills, and you were gaining real life experience when you're working that job. So then when it came to reaching out, you were taking the leaps of faith because you gained that confidence. Let me just reach out, why not? And also something that often people make mistake, you weren't afraid to work for free to get in the door. And I think that's something that a lot of people at the beginning, they don't understand. That of course you deserve to be paid for your work, but sometimes being paid for your work is opportunity. And doing the free stuff to gain an opportunity in the future and having that vision. So you doing that work for free, or even willing to do it for free, got you inside the door, because you did get paid, but you were willing because you love what you do. You had the confidence, and you had the confidence just to go out on a limb and put yourself out there. So I think that's a big thing too, Nathan.
I appreciate that. That was a really nice thing to hear. Thank you.
So Nathan, you leave dealz. You're beginning to get some opportunities and jobs. Do you think, when you look back at that period now from maybe like 2017 to 20, do you think you were growing as a person much? Do you think like you could spot, if you go back, like the growth in a person from maybe the person that was working in dealz to now this new life? And what was the difference between, how were you waking up in the morning? Were you reaching out to people every day now, or were the jobs just coming in like nonstop? That 2017 to maybe like 2019 period.
Yeah, so obviously going from having crazy anxiety and not knowing what was ahead for me in the future,
to having a fucking purpose, baby.
Yeah, I like that. I like the energy. That's good. But yeah, so 2017 to 2020, let's just say, my routine was, if I didn't have any work on that week, I would be just sending out crazy amount of DMs, trying to lock in more work. And And then I eventually started getting into the music scene slowly. I remember coming across Finn. Shout out Finn.
Shout out Uppy.
I think I actually came across Finn on Twitter first. I can't remember how, and I don't know why Twitter, but I remember reaching out to him and be like, "Oh man, I like your music, and I think we should do something together." And then me and Finn met up that day, and we had a great connection straight away. But when I first shot, it wasn't a music video, but I remember it was behind the scenes, like kind of music video style content thing.
Yeah.
And I felt something nice inside me when I was filming that. I don't know, it was just like, it was a surreal moment. I was like, I used all these rappers' music in my COD videos from like 2011, and now I'm working with Uppy, which I looked at and I still look up to today. And love his music. I was like, now I'm here in real life working with a music artist, and it was such a beautiful moment because I went from like using them in my gaming videos to now real life videos, and that was a really, really cool moment for me.
I love that. And then the same with, so that was a full circle moment. And then 2018 August. Shout out my boy High Res.
Hey.
I didn't come to the gig at the time. I regret it. But he came to Rath Mines. I can't remember the venue. And you were asking me, because you were offering me a free ticket because we didn't really know each other at the time. We were just texting back and forth. But then to 2018, you go to High Res's show and you do some content with him. What was that like moment? Because again, from going in the game and now you're doing stuff with rappers, but boom, now your opportunity to meet one of the rappers that used to put the like music on your videos. So what was that like initial experience of meeting Rez and gaining that connection?
This was one of the most beautiful moments in my career. So obviously been a massive fan of High Res since 2011, since his early mixtape days. He used to drop them on Dat Piff. And Dat Piff. So obviously I've known Rez for a long time through that. Then 2018 scene, he announces a show in Dublin. It's like, oh, holy fuck, I know this guy. This guy's coming to Dublin. Like, Rez has been on the come up for a long, long time. And, you know, to see a Call of Duty YouTube rapper come to Ireland, it's like, this is fucking incredible. I never see this. So I take this opportunity to reach out to him on Twitter as well. Like, hey man, been a massive fan of you for like 6-7 years now. Can I please shoot your show? I'm a photographer and videographer. And I would just love to. I have a ticket bought. Just please let me in with the camera and let me take some photos and videos here. And he's like, yeah, sure, man, that'd be great. We'll put your name on the list and you can meet us. And I was like, oh my god, this is insane. This is real. This is a guy I've known about online for like forever, and he's allowing me to come and take photos of his show. So anyway, night of the show, I'm super nervous because I'm meeting someone I look up to a lot and I've been a fan of his music for a long time. So anyway, I meet his wife now, Rachel. Shout out Rachel Katz, Rachel Friedman now. Shout out Rachel. So I bump into her and she's like, oh hey, I'm Nathan. I'm taking photos here for you guys tonight. I say, oh hey Nathan, how are you? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm good. It's cool hearing American accents. And then anyway, she brings me backstage to meet Rez, and I was like, bro, it's Rez. I remember seeing him for the first time. I was like, damn, he's actually shorter than I thought as well. I was like, I'm not the only small guy. But yeah, shout out Rez. And yeah, there was some other cool people there that I got to meet as well. But anyway, yeah, shoot the show, really cool experience, a nice little small intimate venue. He brought, actually just before the show, he brought me and all his fans out to dinner, which I thought was a very nice gesture. It was like a meet and greet with the fans and bring them out for a meet and greet pizza or something it was called. But anyway, we all got to connect and eat some food with each other, and it was nice to like share experiences, because some of the fans there were from the Call of Duty scene as well, so I got talking to them as well, and it was nice to like share back and forth like clans we've been in and what we've done over the past and etc. But anyway, yeah, shot the show, fucking beautiful, great night. After the show, they were like, oh Nathan, do you want to come out to dinner with us tonight? Like, oh yeah. I was like, yeah, me. Yeah. And I was like, everyone's gone home, but you're asking me to come out tonight. I was like, okay, right. Yeah, that sounds amazing. So anyway, we all go out to dinner. Beautiful experience. Shared a great moment with him and Rachel and the other guys that were around that night. And I was like, this could be the start of something special. I could have created a beautiful connection here. And then we had made all these plans to hang out the next day, but unfortunately Rachel got sick. I was gonna bring them like to the Guinness Factory, the Leprechaun Museum, and all this. But anyway, we kept in touch over the following couple of months, and we started building more of a connection. And then a lot happened after that.
Yeah, man. I feel like we should just show speak of a massive reel of the last like whatever amount of years. But yeah, that was the beginning of what still is such an amazing partnership between you and Rez and Rachel and whatnot, and all the stuff you've accomplished. Like I was chatting about, it's like 30 million views, and Rez contributing to a lot of them views, from like when you go over to America to shoot for him, to editing videos, to just helping them with the overall content direction and whatnot. So what you guys have developed there is truly beautiful, and I missed the show last time. That's 2 shows.
Yeah, wow, man. What are you doing?
Yeah, shout out Rez. I have a song Rez to get the check. I'm very grateful for that opportunity that time. But yeah, it was the start of something amazing, and it was incredible to see too, because from like just being your friend, watching you, obviously it's a full circle moment, but even past that, okay, yeah, I was a fan of this person, but now we're working together, and now we're trying to push the limits of what we can accomplish. So while you'll always be a fan of Rez, you're more teammates now. Like you'll always have that like fan of him, but like your teammates now, they want to push the limits as far as you can. So I think that's incredible. And what you've accomplished is credit to both of you guys.
Thank you.
So we've touched on a lot of the video work and a lot of the confidence. Now I kind of want to delve into a little bit like your perspective on things. And
okay.
It's funny because you're just back from Spain, and I want to touch on the traveling. There's a few things I want to touch on. I want to touch on the traveling. Obviously what happened in Spain recently, and just a few other things. But so I remember, for a person, so if those of you don't know him, maybe even follow Nathan on social media, Mr. Sheridan was in a new city every week.
New day, new city.
What seems like it anyways. So you did the 12, another massive accomplishment. You did 12 countries in 12 months, mm-hmm. which is a bananas concept. Like, just, and for those of you who haven't checked out the video, there's an incredible recap video on YouTube, on Nathan's YouTube channel. Me and the guys, when we were in Sitges in Spain, we watched it. We all sat down when it just came out. I remember, I think we sent you a video, mm-hmm. and we all just watched it together. So, if anything, I wished it was longer.
Yeah. I'm super happy.
But it was so special. So, for anyone who follows you, would probably think that you've been traveling like since you're like, it was just always a part of you. But from what I know, it wasn't always a part of you, and that curiosity of seeing the world wasn't always a part of you. So, bring me back to the first kind of couple of trips, and I guess the reason why now that you're just so motivated on seeing the world. So
growing up, me and my family done like a lot of just Ireland getaways. We'd hit the coast like Galway, Wicklow, Waterford, Donegal, etc. But then we started like going over to the Scotland a little bit, and it was my first time on a plane, and no, sorry. I went on a ferry with them, so that was that started like introducing me to the whole travel kind of thing, because a new country, and it felt nice at the time. Obviously, I was very young, so I wasn't 100% sure what was going to happen with that. But anyway, fast forward to 2015, November 2015. I was
good memory.
I was still in the factory at the time. And my cousin Julie, shout out Julie, we decided we were going to take a week off work, the two of us, and we were going to go to Spain together. So this was my first time in a new foreign country, first time on a plane, first time experience different climate, new foods, everything. So I was a little bit scared, but anyway, yeah, first time flying, I was on the plane, I was a little bit nervous, but my cousin Julie reassured me a bit, so that was fine. But yeah, getting to Spain, it felt normal for me, just like being a part of this new culture and experiencing new things. It felt right. I don't know what it was about it, but it just felt something that was natural to me, and that I should continue to do this. I know it might sound weird, but that's exactly how it felt. and we enjoyed a great few days over there. And I was like, I want to do this some more now. I want to go away again. And then fast forward to March 2016, I left the factory and decided to use a small bit of extra money that I had saved up after I bought my camera to book another trip. So me and my friend Shane Mulligan, shout out Shane, the two of us decided to go to Amsterdam. And I was like, okay, the Netherlands, I don't know what to expect here. Spain was beautiful, so let's try something new. So yeah, went there, done all the sightseeing. It was all beautiful. Had some nice food, had some beer, of course, some Dutch beer, and we had a great week. And then from then onwards, I was like, I want to keep doing this. I want to keep going. I want to see some new countries and new cities.
Class. And that's brought you all around the world, from Spain to America, England. Keep naming them there for me.
Yeah, man. Nearly most of the places in Europe. North Africa, Morocco, one of my favorite spots. Italy, man. Jesus, yeah. A lot of places. More to come.
Croatia?
No, actually. No. There's a certain person that keeps asking me to go there.
Goddamn shit. Where's my researcher putting that in there? God damn it, boy.
God damn. Yeah.
Shout out the Kleiner too.
Kleiner.
Shout out Davin Klein, great guy, great actor. Beautiful stuff. So you're getting a feel throughout the years for different cultures. Do you think that's had an impact on the way you see your life? So like, from maybe if you never left Longford to being able to come home to Longford, because you're someone that undoubtedly, and like when you meet you, you can feel the passion that you have for your town and your county of Longford, which I always take the piss out of you, but I always put you up too and give you your credit, because I always take the piss out of Longford, but at the end of the day, you love it so much and you do so much good for your local town and your county, which is so admirable.
Thank you.
And admirable. Do you think going around the world not only shifted your perspective, but also kind of made you more grateful and thankful for everything about Longford that you love?
Yeah, Longford always will have a special place in my heart, because of the people, the town itself, my family and friends being the most important thing. That's one thing that always brings me back. So obviously I love my traveling, but I'm always super excited to get home and see what's new around the town, see who's still hanging around, see my family, see my friends, catch up with them, grab a beer with them, grab some food with them. And yeah, just there's something about wherever I am, whatever time of the year it is, there's always that special feeling and excitement to come home, even to work, like.
Yeah,
because I'm a big believer of helping out the local community, and I think it pushes me more as well. And I also love seeing there's a lot of young talent in Longford, man, and I try to push them a lot more as well, and try and inspire them a lot as well, and hopefully they can try and follow my footsteps a little bit, like travel the world, but also come back home to Longford and try and keep building it up and get it on the map.
I love that, man. I fucking love that so much. And the way you do that, like you put on events such as Orbit. If you want to mention, you work a lot with a lot of the local rappers in Longford. Next time we go see LA.
Hey, shout out Ken Money and ND.
And you do that time and time again, be it businesses, be it artists and whatnot. Also, something I think you've the more people get to know you, that like they kind of discover it quite quickly, is out of all the people I know, you have probably the best balance. So you have this excitement. On one hand, you have this excitement of traveling and navigating the world and accomplishing these dreams and success and just the biggest things you can ever imagine. And that's like that motivation, that drive, that passion, them aspirations and goals are there. And then on the other side, you just have your simplicity of Longford, where you have your office and you're based in Longford. You love your time with your friends, catching a beer with one of your friends, spending that time. You love your family, sitting down, just watching some TV with your family. So you have that incredible balance. do you think that just comes natural, or did it take a while to develop that balance? Because people go their whole entire life trying to achieve their passion and their purpose with their job or whatever it may be, and their loved ones, and that simplicity but so much cherished time.
I think I love the best of both worlds. I love being away and also love being at home, but then when I get home, like, don't get me wrong, traveling can be stressful and hectic too, and it's all go. But even in Longford, like, there's always a lot happening, whether it's events or like, let's just say even like a family get together, birthdays, stuff like that. Like, there's always something every week going on, and I want to be involved in it. Whether it's either just being there or filming around in it. And there's one guy I want to shout out, Shane Crossan. He brought me into the whole creative side of things in Longford Town. I remember him reaching out to me. Actually, I bumped into him in Luigi's one night on a drunken night out, and we got chatting. I didn't know who he was at the time, but he's like, "Are you Nathan Sheridan?" He's like, yeah. And he's like, I'm a big fan of your work. And I was like, "Jeez, thanks, man." And we got chatting that night, and I found out he was a creative as well. Does a lot of projects locally, and he brought me into this whole new world of shooting videos, whether it was fun stuff, events, or like even corporate work. But throughout
within Longford,
around Longford Town, and then throughout that time, because he helped me getting all these jobs, or even just telling people my name. More and more people were just coming to me, man, about just like hiring me about all these jobs. And if it wasn't for Shane, I don't think he wouldn't have I don't think I would have pushed myself as much today, to be honest. So shout out Shane Crossan for
shout out Shane.
Me. Yeah.
I've met Shane once or twice. Cool dude.
Shane's a great guy.
Very nice guy. I love that you're able to enjoy the family and friend aspect, and you're also getting more opportunities because of your work and because you give back so much. So it's kind of almost like a win-win being on a Longford trip, because at any given time you can go to Morocco on a week's holidays by yourself during the World Cup.
What a week that was, man.
Tell me a little about that. You'd been to Morocco. Had you been to Morocco twice before?
I've been to Morocco once before that.
It was only once.
Yeah, just the once with Anna. Shout out Anna.
I'm gonna fire my researcher.
Yeah, do yeah.
That's me, guys. Yeah. I'm the researcher. So it was only once. Damn, it was only once you'd been with Anna. Shout out Anna McNamara, great guy, powerful dude, great gym coach and whatnot, fitness guy. So you'd been the once with Anna, but now you went back the second time by yourself to Morocco, which is quite a big thing. So what made you do that?
So when me and Anna went in October, November 2021, I absolutely fell in love with that place, man. It was just, the people were amazing. The weather was fucking lovely. The food was interesting. The smells and the markets and all, it had something about it. Wow. And it really, man, it made me want to keep going back there. So fast forward to December 2022, it was coming to the end of my 12 countries in 12 months. I had just finished Sofia, Bulgaria in November, and I was like, oh, it's coming close to December. I need to book my last trip. Where am I gonna go? So I'm in my Airbnb at night time. I'm gonna open Skyscanner and I'm gonna book something tonight. I'm feeling inspired. So I go on that. I want to find something cheap, because like 12 countries, it wasn't cheap, like trying to get all them in.
Fast. Yeah.
So came across a great deal in Morocco. I was like, oh wait, man, should I do this? I was kind of like almost scared to go back by myself, because like people say it's not a safe place, but I hadn't really come across anything too bad or sketchy. Don't get me wrong, you can get that airy vibe because like everyone is like hassling you for money and stuff like that, but we never came across anything bad. So I was like, should I go by myself? I don't know what to do. And it's a new city called Agadir. I'd never been, because we were in Marrakesh in 2021, so I wasn't sure what to expect. But anyway, went on Airbnb then and came across a couple of homes, people's families' houses. So maybe I could stay with them and it might make the experience feel more safe. So I was looking through the reviews, all sounded good. Ended up staying with a guy called Ahmed, really good guy. Still keep in touch with him today actually, and built a good connection with him. But anyway, ended up booking Morocco that night in Bulgaria. And man, it was the best feeling I've ever felt, because I was so excited, man, to get back to Morocco ever since that first trip. And to be honest, it was the best feeling out of all the trips I had, booking all of them, and it was the best trip of the whole 12 countries in 12 months. And then I'll just give you a quick rundown of the Morocco trip. So anyway, Morocco are in the World Cup, and
what a time, like, of all times, Morocco,
man.
I think could be, I think did they get the semi-final? Was it
semi-final? Yeah, semi-final.
You were there, like.
So I think they had, I came home for a few days from Bulgaria. I think they had beaten either the Netherlands or Spain, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I feel like it was Spain
in the quarterfinals. But anyway, I think they got into the semi-finals. They were playing Portugal, as far as I can remember. No, yeah, sorry, this was to get into the semi-final. They were playing Portugal.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So I was like, oh my god. I was saying to my mum and my stepdad, I was like, I'm going to be over there for the match. It's going to be insane. I was like, holy fuck. So I started looking at videos of what was going on around Morocco, and man, the atmosphere looked insane. I didn't know whether to be scared or excited. I was like, holy shit, what am I got into? So anyway, get over to Morocco. First day, actually, yeah, the rain was actually insane. It was the first time it rained that much in, like, I think 25 years, they said.
Jesus.
And the first day, it was a mad experience, because I got soaking wet. I was walking around in wet shoes all day. It was rotten. All the streets were flooded. I was like, oh no, is this going to be a bad trip now? Am I going to enjoy this at all? I'm by myself. Yeah. I'm soaking wet. I don't know where I'm going. The GPS isn't working. The taxi drivers are crazy. I don't know where he's dropping me. So I didn't know where it was going or what was happening. But anyway, I went to sleep early. And I was like, right, let's hope tomorrow's better. It's match day. So wake up. The weather's fucking beautiful, man. I was like, oh, what a day to be alive. The match is on today. We're going to go into the city. Bought me Morocco jersey, and I was repping, man. Everyone was looking at me like weirdly, because I was like one of the only white dudes wearing a Moroccan jersey. So it was good. Made my way into town, man. Met a guy I bumped into the day before called Mohammed. He was actually a creative as well, and he was like, come to my hotel and we'll watch the match. The atmosphere is going to be crazy. Like, right, okay, I'll be there. So I get there, man. A little bit quiet at first. I was like, oh, is this experience going to be good or not? What's it going to be like? But anyway, started getting busier, and I was like, right, I'm going to go up to the bar and get a beer. And he was like, oh, we have no beer today, my friend. I was like, what? I like my beers. But anyway, it's like, right, give me a Coke Zero. So I had me Coke Zero. I was sitting on the couch with loads of Moroccan boys around me, and we were watching Morocco and Portugal on the telly, and man, sharing that beautiful experience with the people of that country, and it was honestly the most special moment of my life. After I left there, wow. I was walking home to my Airbnb, man. The city was crowded with people. I couldn't even walk anywhere. But everyone was so happy and cheering, and everyone wanted to like celebrate with me, because I just looked different, like, and I shouldn't have been there. And man, just everyone wanted to share that moment with me, man. And I really can't explain like the feeling it was. It was just like nothing I've ever like experienced before. And if you haven't seen my my video of Morocco that night, check it out. It's beautiful.
Yeah, man, that's so special. I remember you putting up videos of just like people going crazy in the streets celebrating. And then I remember I can't remember, was it Joe.e or some platform picked up one of your videos, or some Instagram page picked up your video, you in Morocco. Yeah. Celebrating with the lads.
Probably one of the only Irish dudes over there at the time.
Oh, so cool. So yeah, wow. So them 12 months, I forgot to ask you, what was the actual point you decided to do the 12 months?
So I set a few goals at the start of that year, and that was one of them. And the reason was because the year before that was just an intense year. Like, a lot of work was coming in, and I wanted to kind of have more free time last year to do a bit more traveling. And I was like, right, I'm going to set this out and I'm going to make it happen. I don't care what it's going to cost. I don't care who's going to get my way or who wants to come or whatever happens. Yeah. I'm going to make it happen.
Just going to do it.
And because I just started thinking as I said before, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Like, life is way too fucking short and scary. So we need to just live in the moment, man, and do whatever the fuck you want to do. And I done it.
Class. I love that, man. I love that. There's two things that There's two things that I would say, two big things in your life that like maybe have shaped your life. And one of them is, and again, we can edit this out if you want.
No, go for it. I'm ready.
One of them is you're unfortunately in a car crash. When was it? November 22?
Yeah.
Or no, December. Because I remember you texted
Yeah, November. Me. I think end of November, 22, yeah.
And you're obviously okay, but it shook you up a bit. And then I met you about, I'm going to say it was a month after, when we were in Sitges, you came to the gaff. And it's like you had this new appreciation for life. I remember quite clearly, we were on the balcony in Sitges. Shout out Sitges, what a wonderful place. And we were drinking orange juice, and we were just having fun. And the sun was beaming. We had a bit of mic in the background. I think Rodman could have been on.
Yeah.
And I remember said it to you that like that moment we were living in essentially like paradise of what I would have envisioned if you didn't survive that car crash, unfortunately. So I remember just being even more grateful to like have you like that. I was like, wow, man, that was a very close call.
Yeah.
So when something happens like that out of the blue and like hits your system and shock, do you think it give you a new appreciation in terms of how you started viewing just your day-to-day life, I guess?
Yeah, it made me think a couple of things. Definitely to be more grateful for every day on this earth, because life is so precious and beautiful, and it just made me think more into every aspect of it. And it also made me wanna, for certain situations, it made me wanna think about it before I actually put myself into that situation.
Yeah,
like
I get you.
I was a little bit uneasy with getting into that car that night, but I still got into it. But that's one thing that made me want to think about making decisions. Just make sure I want to do it. Do I want to do it? And if it doesn't feel right, then don't do it. You know. And that's where I learned a lot that night. It didn't feel right, but I still got into the car, and that ended up happening. So maybe just want to think about everything more clearly and responsibly, and just be smarter about certain situations. And it definitely made me have a greater outlook on life now, and just wanting to wake up every morning and be happy that I'm alive, healthy, have all my loved ones around me, and I know that the future is gonna be bright.
Yeah, man, that's beautifully said. And again, it's not easy to wake up, especially in like this day and age. Most people probably don't wake up realizing them beautiful things they have in their life, because I'm a great believer, as you know, Nathan, that even if your world is crumbling and there's terrible things happening left, right and center, be it to what extent in each individual's life, you still have something to be grateful for. You're breathing. It could be just that you're breathing. It could be the sun is still outside. It could be that like you can make yourself a cup of tea. It could be, there's just limitless things of, it could be a nice memory. Well, I'm grateful for that nice memory. In them times, it's always important to like grab on to all the wonderful things we have in our lives, and then the most simple things, because man, at the end of the day, when you strip everything back, it's like your family, your health, your day, like you just wake up in the morning, you feeling good. Like they're the things that at the end of the day, when you strip everything back, that we hold the dearest in our hearts. And that's why when them things are taken away from us, like they hurt so much, because we hold them dear so much. So being able to be grateful, have that gratitude for your loved ones, for your health, like it's huge. It's just massive.
I love that. Well, very well said.
Yeah, Nathan, we're gonna chat about one more thing, and then
right.
We're gonna come to a close. You recently went to Spain.
I did. One of my favorite places to go to.
One of your Bella Medina.
Yeah, you got
Fungarola, Costa del Sol, Bella Medina, Fungarola. Ah, no!
Come on, man. Come on.
Malaga.
Yeah.
Does Ronda count?
Sure, for you, yeah.
Alright, that's it. Go on, list them off there.
So it starts in Malaga, Torremolinos, then Benalmádena, Fungarola, Marbella, Puerto Banús, Estepona,
Yeah, I would have never remembered that. Me, Nathan, when we went to Merbs, Nathan and the WP Master, aka Upbeat, I had this thing with with the lads where I'd name off all the places until I got them right. So I'm a bit rough on it. So, boom, 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 boom. You recently went to Spain. And when you're going to Spain for a couple of days, you're like, Martin, I know I asked you before, but if you were to recommend me a book, what would you recommend me? To which I recommended you The Alchemist. So, Nathan, what was it like your couple of days? Well, break it down from your trip and maybe the impact that reading this book had on you.
So, this trip was a first of its kind because I was about to experience a lot of new things. Obviously, Spain being one of my favorite places to go to, the Costa del Sol to be specific, Marbella, Benalmádena area. But anyway, my plan was, I've had a crazy couple of months. A lot has happened. I've worked a lot. I know I worked a lot, and I just needed some time to process everything, and just kind of reflect on everything and some self-love. So that was the plan and the talking into this whole trip. So basically, yeah, as I said, I hit up Martin about that book. I was like, all right, I'll give it a go. I'm going to try something new, and I'm going to try and stay away from the phone, technology, and not think about work for a couple of days because it was well needed. So anyway, ordered the book online. It came, beautiful cover, man. I actually looked at it for a while, and yeah, this color scheme, the font, everything was just, it looked, and the book sounded great. So very excited to read it, but I wasn't sure how I was going to get into it. Anyway, I also bought a journal. I had never journaled in my life, so this was also a new and scary kind of situation because I wasn't sure if I was going to like it or what I was going to write or how I was going to feel. So I didn't know what it was going to be like going into it. But anyway, yeah. So the plan was to read, journal, meditate, relax, and just walk a lot because I like walking.
You do like walking?
I do. So anyway, yeah, get to Spain. First day there, I'm just kind of walking around. It's in Benalmádena, so this place has a special place in my heart too, because one, it was my first family trip in a foreign country, and we were there April last year, and it was a beautiful thing to be able to bring them to somewhere that I love dearly, and also experience this place because I know it so well and show them around. So anyway, last week when I was back there, I was walking around reminiscing on every situation that I experienced with my family there, taking in like, oh, I remember I was there with them and had food there with them, and I was sending them Snapchats of me in all these places, kind of like almost having them there with me, because even at first when I booked the trip, I was like, am I going to feel sad because they're not there with me, you know?
Yeah.
But I was like, no, I'm going to do it. It's going to be good for me. But anyway, yeah, I was taking in all these places and reminiscing on the previous experiences with them. And so the first day went by, I just took everything in that day and kind of just had a chill day. I didn't read, I didn't write, I didn't do anything. I just took it all in and walked a lot. But the next day I came, was like, right, I make a start on this book, boys. So anyway, I opened up the book, like, right, we need to get into this. So anyway, read the
to clarify too, you hadn't read since you were you were young.
I hadn't read since I was a kid, and to be honest, the only book I can even remember reading was the Goosebumps book when I was a kid. Them books, you know, the fucking scary ones.
Yeah.
That was honestly the last time I think I read a book. But anyway, yeah, I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel about this or get into it, if I was gonna like it or not. But look, I gave it a go. I read the first couple of pages, like, oh, I don't know if I'm liking this. I don't know if I'm able to concentrate hard enough or like feel this connection. But anyway, like, right now I'm gonna push through it. I'm gonna keep going and see how I feel. Anyway, I put the book away. I walked down to the beach and I rent out one of those sunbeds for the full day. Like, I was like, hola señor. I was like, ¿cuánto euros? And he was like, I'll see it there. I was like, oh, sí, gracias. So I gave him €7 and went down to me sunbed and got the book back out. I opened it and I said, right, I'm going to plow through this now, and I don't care how I feel about it, I'm going to go for it. So man, I'm about 30-40 pages in. I was like, oh my god, I'm actually getting into this now, and I'm feeling it. Yeah. Jeez, man. So yeah, I put the phone away. I think it was the first time I hadn't been on my phone in probably 3 or 4 hours straight, and I hadn't been on the phone at all. And it was just nice being away from technology, and I just got glued into the book. And the first day in, man, I got through 100 pages, and I was super, super proud of it. It's like, did I really just do that? So I got through the 100 pages and felt super, super happy and excited to continue reading the book. But anyway, I ended up taking out my journal. I was like, right, am I going to enjoy this now? So we gave that a go, and I started writing. And it took me a while to get into that as well. But as I was writing, I was writing about previous experiences there with my family, other people that was in my life in the past, and just kind of writing about that. And it brought me back to everything over the years, and it made me think like how much I've accomplished in life since then, and everything that I've done, and all the experiences that I've had with all the people that are in my life. It was a nice moment. It did take a while to get into the journal a little bit, but as time went on, I was like, okay, I'm starting to enjoy writing about these experiences now. And then it all just came natural then to me, and it was beautiful and well needed.
Do you think you'd recommend The Alchemist to anyone?
Alchemist is 100% must read, man. That book is after changing my mindset towards my everyday life, because I think I actually said it to you last week when I finished reading the book. It's after making me think about every day differently, and I want to make the most out of every day. My main thing was I want to make one person's day every day for the rest of my life from now on, whether that's just smiling at someone, something simple like that, or just going about my day and doing something nice for someone. Like I was just walking by in the street, even if I see a homeless guy, if he's in need, I want to help him out, or I want to get him something from the shop. I just want to do something nice now every day, and kind of try and make someone happy and make myself happy every day.
I love it, Nathan. I couldn't have said better myself. Nathan Sheridan, it's an absolute pleasure having you on. An absolute pleasure. You've been an absolute incredible guest.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you having me.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing the stories from your life. The things, the jewels you've picked up, the confidence you've picked up, the knowledge you've picked up. Nathan, if you could tell, if there's someone now that's listening right now in their bedroom that wants to chase a dream, what's one little step you would tell them to take? What's the first little step that they could help, and that'll help them on their journey and put them in the right direction? If you were to give advice on just one little simple step as the first thing to do, what would that maybe step be?
I would say wake up every day, do something new and different, and just don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid. Dope, my man. Dope, new and different. Do one little thing new and different every day and change your life. I love it, Nathan. I love it. Nathan, have a wonderful day. Thank you for coming. This has been your host, the Ocean Flight 101, heading straight to full potential with zero delays. And this has been another episode of One Step at a Time.
Yeah, it goes late nights on the road. Yeah, that's just how it goes. Yeah, that's just how it goes these days. I'ma try my best to make this flight, but if I don't wake up tomorrow, then the sun will still be. Yeah, it goes late nights on the road. Yeah, that's just how it goes. Yeah, that's just how it goes these days. I'ma try my best to make this flight, but if I don't wake up tomorrow, then the sun will still be bright.